George. Mincy, ball comes loose. Tampa Bay has it, picked up by Brian Kelly. The usually sure-handed Eddie George coughed it up.
Charlie Batch calling the audible at the line, and the pass intended for Johnny Morton, broken up by Brian Kelly, and it'll be 4th down, and Tampa Bay will have to punt.
That's not on Charlie Batch. That ball was perfect. It was a nice adjustment. He made the call at the line of scrimmage, and the ball was thrown. Gave Morton a chance to make the call, of the catch rather. Watch, it's in his hands. That's good defense by Kelly. That's real good defense, but that ball had Dawson.
Here comes White again. Got by Stevens again. Intercepted by Kelly. Jermaine, oh, he's out of bounds. Out of bounds.
There's really no catch that he bobbled it.
Meanwhile, Cordell Stewart was buried by White, who used the spin move on Jermaine Stevens.
Well, Stevens is a rookie. And Watt's working right there. White gets the shot. Look at Kelly. Johnson ripping the ball.
Tampa Bay, fumble force, first down.
How about this?
Remember we talked about earlier the consultation?
Graham sends everybody out, and it's incomplete. Try to get it to Jervis.
What a play by Kelly.
Flag.
But it was well covered. What a play by Kelly. Stuck his hand in front just as the ball was getting there. Didn't have a hold of his arm. Wasn't hooking around the waist. Perfect position, Brian Kelly.
And Kitna looking for somebody and lost it, and it is intercepted. Brian Kelly on the interception. The 4th of the game for the Buccaneers, and he brings it back into Seattle territory, and that is the 5th turnover of the game. See Mike Holmgren there, Dick? Yeah, what's he saying? What?
It is caught by Jake Reed. Good coverage, good tackle by Brian Kelly, their nickelback.
Here comes the blitz again, and they see it
back
again.
in the game, and that's knocked down, and that's Brian Kelly who almost pulled an Abraham.
Well, it's the same thing when you know.
Last week. See what they do here, and here's Thrash on the end around, and the Tampa Bay Bucs snuffed it out. Brian
Only have one penalty.
It's 3rd and long now, and here's Warner back to throw it. And the pass is picked off by the Buccaneers, Brian Kelly, and Kelly stays on his feet and gets to the 42-yard line. And the Buccaneers.
In that sun, it was over 100 degrees.
2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz. But they pick it up and almost picked it off. Brian Kelly almost took it away from Chris Carter and set sail.
3 wide receivers from the 45. Cannell looking for Tim White, and it was broken up at the last instant by Brian Kelly.
No, Kelly just had the perfect position on Dwight. And again, that's not where Danny Cannell is at his very strongest as a quarterback. Not on these deep routes where it's got to be kind of dropped in over the top.
To get him out to the 13-yard line for the first down. Ball in the air and it picked off. Easy touchdown for Brian Kelly. From the 35. Aikman. Quick pass. Broken up, incomplete. Brian Kelly with a nice play on the Jason Tucker intended reception.
Myers shifting. Emmett carrying. And a great play by Brian Kelly. Wow. Oh, superb defensive effort by Brian Kelly to stop the all-time rushing leader in touchdowns, Emmitt Smith.
Emmett's feeling a little dejected about that right now, but I've got to tell you, Brian Kelly would be a starter on most teams. They're really impressed with the way this youngster has played, not only in his run support, but his pass coverage.
in Minnesota in relief of Dante Culpepper, and he is going to be dragged down by Brian Kelly, and a loss of over 10 yards on the play.
Tampa's just done a really great job. Brian Kelly is going to come from the top there, and he's able to pull down Todd Bauman. And whenever they've gotten in situations, whenever Minnesota's offense gotten in situations where they needed to get yards, Tampa has counterattacked that with the blitz, and they've been successful with it.
This is a guy that...
Simeon rest. That'll slow him down.
He's got to back out of there. His own blitz. Pass knocked away by Kelly. Brian Kelly.
Yeah,
is this a live audition? He said, absolutely.
They're committed to him for the time being. That pass almost picked off. Brian Kelly. The Bucs have not had any interceptions. They've come close about 4 or 5 times. Rondé Barber's had a couple. John Lynch, Brian Kelly.
Well, they certainly seem to have a beat on things. I mean, this is just an all-out break on the ball. I mean, these guys are tipped off to the routes and to the quarterback. I mean, this may be a case
from the 22-yard line. Warner throws, intercepted. That's Brian Kelly, who has very few picks in his career, but a huge one here.
Bengals, first time they started driving opposition territory this season. Gilly Smith's pass for Peter Warrick was batted away by Brian Kelly.
You know, the one
from the 40, Johnson to the air.
Whoa, nice play by Brian Kelly.
Kelly got the hand in. Eliminated yesterday. Baseball continues on Fox tonight with the Braves and the Giants in Game 4 as Johnson is upended by Brian Kelly.
This is the game, and young Gruden has great respect for the old-time coaches. The throw down the sidelines intended for Kevin Johnson, and Brian Kelly there to break it up, but he fell awkwardly. May have been just disappointed in not picking off the pass. You know, he mentioned Dan, the godfathers of the game. He said, if I have any chance to get with Bob McKittrick or the Fritz Shermers, the late...
On their own 48-yard line, first down. Gone. And the pass is intercepted. Brian Kelly bringing it back, directing traffic. And Kelly tackled by Pinkston as about 6 penalty flags fly. As Kelly tackled by the wide receiver at the 42-yard line. But here he is starting. Third down, and McNabb gets clobbered. And it was Derek Brooks who has scored the only touchdown, leaving again down in Tampa Bay. 2nd and 10, and McNabb's pass and intended for Thrash, and a hard hit by Brian Kelly, bringing up 3rd and 10 as we check in.
To play for, that really is all that matters. 3rd and 9, Fasani, and it is intercepted by Brian Kelly. So Fasani picked off for the 2nd time. Lynch earlier, and Brian Kelly right here, and that's what the Panthers have to also work traditionally.
Pete up top, and it's broken up, intended for Steve Smith, but Brian Kelly was there to knock it away.
Brian Kelly has really played good football this year for the Tampa Bay Bucs. I think a lot of it, Kurt, is because he's been tested each and every week because how good Rondé Barber is over on the other side. Man coverage with Steve Smith, makes the break, and gets himself a nice pass breakup.
Carolina's offense has to get to the 25. Pete for Muhammad, battling with Brian Kelly, who picks it off. And Brian Kelly with the big interception for the Buccaneers right at the 2-minute warning. His 4th of the season. They'll have excellent field position.
To drop that deep ball where he usually does.
They come out in a 2 tight end formation. Steve Smith can't hold on to it as Brian Kelly hits him immediately. Kelly had a nice first half with the interception and some good coverage as well.
Well, he sure did. And he's got 4 interceptions this year. We talked about him being tested. And he's tested, Kurt, week in and week out because of the guy on the other side, Rondé Barber. And they have not chose to go Rondé's way. Here they go to Steve Smith in a stop route. And watch the break. That's the big thing that Brian Kelly can do. His speed to break.
First down, Green Bay, leading by a point. Now they open it up, and it's picked off by Kelly. Out of bounds inside the 20.
interception, the 4th of the game. Second for Kelly. And Favre has had a miserable day in Tampa.
Not bad either.
Vick throws, and he has his first completion. Ripped out of bounds is Jefferson, and they mark him just shy of first down.
Does a nice job of coming up and making the tackle and not allowing Sean Jefferson anywhere to run after catching that ball.
Yeah, but the problem is if you're Sean Jefferson and you've been in the National Football.
On second down, quick pass. Oh, that was intended for Jermaine Crowell, who was blasted by Brian Kelly, and it falls incomplete.
That's what Brian Kelly does. He will break on the football and just blast, as you said, wide receivers. Crowell should have had this football. Brian Kelly comes up and knocks it loose. Square in. Get a break from Kelly and just delivering a violent.
He'll need at least that much in the 4th quarter to bring his club back. Booker dropped it, and it's intercepted by Brian Kelly. Bounced right into his hands. A perfect throw by Burris, and Booker, who was approaching 100 catches, just dropped it.
His own shirt, wears it a couple of days every year.
And he has earned the right to do just that, Susie. Kelly with another interception. His second of the night. Brian Kelly with 8 for the year. Rondé Barber on the other side led the NFL in interceptions a year ago, so they don't throw his way anymore. They go at Kelly, and he has picked 8. What a defense this ball club has.
Up in the middle, as you can see, 3rd down and 2, expecting pass, get one to the outside, and that's incomplete. Kelly says, I didn't touch him. Intended for Marcus Knight.
15-yard run, and what would have been an 8-yard catch. And on 1st and 25, that's knocked down as Thrash gets it knocked away by Brian Kelly.
But I think that's the thing that McNabb.
Collins back to throw. Pass is intercepted.
That's Brian Kelly.
Kelly.
Deep back is McAllister. Play action fake. Brooks looking out there for Boo Williams. It's going to be picked off by Brian Kelly. Kelly back to the 25. Tackled there. But a big play by the Buccaneer defense. Something they hadn't been getting before today. But
this is exactly what you want as a Kansas City Chief. 3rd down and 12. They go down the middle of the field. That's Kennison. Oh, man. Eddie Kennison fumbles the ball. It's loose. Picked up by the Bucs. Brian Kelly. Kelly. Back to the 30. What a play.
1st and 10 from the Buccaneers.
Again, good time, and this one is picked off by Brian Kelly. His 3rd interception this season.
15th of his career.
That's a heck of a catch by Brian Kelly, but after he intercepted the ball, he more intent on showing the crowd that he had it than trying to gain some yards with it. Jake Delhomme probably forced this one to Ricky Prohl. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of fear of throwing it into coverage. He trusts his receivers, but that's a great catch. Now watch Kelly. Rather than celebrating, go get some yards. Go help out a sputtering offense.
Terrific one-handed pick by Brian Kelly.
He looks like he should be a receiver right there. Now, having Brian Kelly healthy and back in the lineup is a huge addition for this defense. And one of the things this defense is
catch, Griffith, and Dunn. Vick intercepted in the end zone again. It's Brian Kelly down the sideline. 2 Falcons to beat.
Running out of gas. He's leaking some oil.
Returns it to the 26-yard line. A 75-yard return.
Broad view at home. And this is, whoa, look out. And that was almost an interception by Brian Kelly. Going to Larry Fitzgerald.
Well, they ran this last week on film, and obviously Brian Kelly did some film study because they're going to bring Fitzgerald in motion. Kelly reads it the whole way and goes and makes a play on the football. McCown's lucky that wasn't picked off and taken it in for an easy 6.
And Tim, that's why there is still a question mark.
First down from the 25. Culpepper again. Intercepted in the direction of Nate Burleson, but right into the arms of Brian Kelly. 13 from the shotgun. Here's Culpepper. Simeon Rice almost got him, and it went through the hands of Mo Williams. Brian Kelly, his second interception of the day, and this is a big one at a big moment.
Yeah, they don't come any bigger than that.
Oh, we said Monty Kiffin was looking for a defensive stop. He got some help from the Viking offense, but stop they did.
He did, and Culpepper actually got time again here. Stepped up in the pocket. The ball just kind of got away from Mo Williams. He got a little pressure from Simeon Rice, and Mo Williams just bounced right off him. That's the old tip drill. And that's something that Tampa Bay works on every day before practice, is a turnover drill. Offensively, it's anti-turnover.
From the shotgun. And again, it was almost picked off. It was thrown behind Lee Evans. And Brian Kelly, who had a couple last week, almost. Here come the Bucs. Crosby gets rid of it, but it's tipped away. Evans was the intended receiver, and Brian Kelly had a nice break on the ball.
2-0 start. They play on Monday night against Denver. That pass is picked off. Penalty flag is down on the play, and the interception by Will Allen. Allen comes away with it. Actually, Kelly comes away with it.
Holding.
And it's a hold against
Offense
Green Bay,
70.
so the interception will stand.
Decline. Play results. The first down, Tampa Bay.
That's already 3 interceptions for Kelly this season, and for Favre, his 5th.
Well, that ball was just thrown behind, and Brian Kelly's going to come up with the interception. And as you see, Donald Driver, he's on the inside. Brian Kelly shading his outside shoulder, and Favre just let one get away from him. I don't know if he thought Donald Driver was going to come out of the break and back to the sideline.
Starting at the 46 of Tampa. Underneath, Marcus Pollard, and he lost the football. The Buccaneers recover. Brian Kelly knocking the ball out from Pollard.
Brian Kelly coming back and making a play, and Marcus Pollard just didn't see him. You got to know that they're sitting in zone coverage. See, Marcus Pollard is going to make the catch, and he never really sees Brian Kelly, I don't think, until it's too late. Brian Kelly just puts his shoulder pads right on that football and knocks it out. That's a good hit by Brian Kelly, a smaller cornerback on a tight end.
Welker is the third receiver. Farrant almost intercepted, incomplete. Great breakup by Brian Kelly. On a pass intended across the way for Marty Booker.
So Dorsey deals to the right side, incomplete to Lloyd. Kelly covering in the area, got a hand on it as well. Some of the fans here. The red fog wants some.
Tell that it's still a work in progress.
Quick throw, Smith, and he is popped. Kelly, the ball comes out. They're going to say incomplete. And if they wanted to start it by getting Smith involved, the Panthers just got the Tampa Bay defense involved on that hit by Kelly.
Well, a lot of times you want to start the game, you want to get the ball into your best receiver's hands right away, but look at Brian Kelly and the way that he's able to come up. You can expect a rolled corner on Steve Smith throughout the day, and so that's going to take that throw out of their repertoire off.
From the Bucs 40, pump fake, and now Orton throws. Waiting for it was Brian Kelly.
Peterson looking to kick a field goal in overtime for a record 5th NFL team. Peterson's kick is blocked. The kick was blocked in overtime, and it's returned out to the 31.
Brunell throws back across the field, and it's intercepted. Should have been caught by Taylor Jacobs. Instead, it goes to Brian Kelly.
I'm going to tell you what, you have no idea what a great interception this is, but you're going to see it and appreciate it. Brunell is trying to make something happen, and he's going to try to throw the ball back across the field into the middle. But watch what Kelly does. Up in the air with the ball. You talk about phenomenal hands.
One-handed. One-handed. You'll see this. He knocks it to himself and then makes the interception. If you're any kind of a quarterback at any...
The 17, no changes on the base defense for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here comes Simeon against Ogden. There's the pass by McNair. And it's caught by Moses Smith. What a great tackle made by Brian Kelly, the 9-year veteran out of USC.
And the give is to Alexander. And he's going to be knocked back close to the 10-yard line. Great pursuit by the
100 yards passing in the game. Throwing for the end zone. It's intercepted by Brian Kelly. Then they've got the rolled coverage. Watch the safety come flying over as well. You've got to get air up and under that football. That's just a bad throw from Jason Campbell.
And who made the big interceptions? The 11-year veteran Rondé Barber and the 10-year veteran Brian Kelly.
Going to Pittsburgh and Seattle, the schedule was tough. And the interception, Sean Hill throws the interception, and it is picked off by Brian Kelly. And the Buccaneers, with 26 seconds to go, are in 49er territory.